Hey y'all, Flying High Five here. I just got done cleaning up these fuel valves, and I went inside and did a little bit of research on them. It's scary. You give a guy like me a computer and Google, and you'd be surprised what he finds. So yeah, let me kind of try and point through some. You know what? I'm gonna move this camera back over where it belongs. I can't hardly see what's going on here. Whereas if I go like this, I can see on this here screen. Sorta. Alright, so there's all my parts and pieces for this here fuel valve, for both of them. And I got looking at some of these gaskets. This gasket here, in fact both of them, these are the top gasket that joins the body of the valve up to the bottom of the tank. And both of these gaskets are made completely of RTV. There is no O-ring, there is no gasket, there's nothing. That's complete RTV that's hardened. So that's just junk. Oh, by the way, I can get these on the internet for about 60 cents a piece. This here, that's the remnants of the little washer. Again, it's been RTV'd, but that's the remnants of the washer that hold. It goes here, and when this bolt is through here, it goes there to create a sealing surface on the bottom. So right in there. So here, I'll use a little pointer. It creates a sealing surface here with the gasket. Of course, they were RTV'd and no good. So I went online, and I wasn't really worried about those because I don't need those until I actually get back to, no kidding, rebuilding, mounting the tank and putting gas in it. So, rag out of here. The thing I was worried about was these little 4-hole gaskets that go inside the actual valve assembly, because you've got like this little valve that goes, each way in that, it sits in there, and it's got this little washer, because what happens is fuel comes, here we go, fuel comes down this tube, it'll come down this tube, out here, it goes through the back of this little valve handle, and then down, and then it'll come out the other side, and that's where it meets up with the housing that the little output goes onto. So I'm going to kind of talk through this. That was now that I lost it, that was the one I was worried about. Well, I went online, and they said take a little sanding block and just knock the gunk off. So go like this, knock the gunk off, kind of smooth it out a little bit, and then go ahead and put it back on here. So I figure, what the heck, though, to get a kit that's got those little pieces in it are like $35. I don't mind spending $1 or $2 plus, $1 shipping for these. But I don't want to spend $35 for something like that. I think I had the conversation with 63 Impala about, yeah, I could have gone and, spared no expense at this thing, or I can build it in my garage and just build it, and it's mine. I could have had somebody else build this for me probably, but this is mine, so I'm going to do it my way. So I'm going to try and go through here and install everything back in, and it'll take you long, I suppose. So I already put that thing in the other valve. It's a a little bit of a pain. So I guess the easy one is the easy thing to do. You know, I don't even know what the easy thing to do on these is anymore. Alright. So again, they only fit one way. Oh crap. Actually, they fit on both. Maybe there's something on here that says L or R or something. Okay, well I'm gonna try this. Worst case scenario, I gotta flip the back plate later. See how nice and clean and gunk free some of that is in there. It's not perfect, but it'll work for me. Son of a... Alright, I'll find that screw later. Right now I'm just going to assemble these back together so I don't lose anything primarily. But before I actually go to use them, I'm probably going to go through and either Loctite or do something on these. You know, they had those little star washers, and I don't think you're actually supposed to put a little star washer in there, because I think, as you can see, some of this housing got damaged in here. So let's see if this works now. Let's see, that's going to be off. That'll be on, and that'll be reserved. Let's see if I get the right one now. Okay. I got the right one there, so I'm going to go ahead and this must be the one for the left side of the bike as well, because that's outside and that's pointing back. See all these little things, little tips of the trade I try and throw in there as if I know what I'm talking about. It's worth trying, right? So while I was doing my research, I found out this tank is most likely off of a 1976 XS650. That was the only time they had this this configuration of fuel valves and the style of tank and everything. So it fits. So I'm going to go with it. So, you know, capacity was what I looked up, 3.94 gallons or whatever. And now we're looking at 6.5 gallons. So I'm okay with that. I think I told you before, I'm not going to put that filter back in there. I'm just going to use an inline filter. In fact, I got it hanging up there on the wall. a little inline filter on this thing, and we'll be good to go. That little guy seated in there. Alright, and that's how you put one of them back together. So, it took me about 10 minutes. You saw about 10 minutes to tear it down, about 4 hours soaking in the part soaker, about 10 minutes to put it back together. So, if your motorcycle's running like crap and you think it's not getting gas, tear this thing apart, rebuild it, and put it back together. It'll take you 20 minutes and about 20 bucks, 30 bucks maybe if you buy completely new seals. My gunk tank was 20 bucks, so that's all it cost me. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and put this one back together. So thanks for watching. Bye.